A couple of members of the committee who have experience in hiring in HR are going to do the telephone screening interviews. You probably remember, you might not remember, that Thursday's actually the application deadline. So they're kind of actively looking at all of those now. They're going to do the telephone screening between now and next Thursday, March 17th, just happens to be the Great Feast of St. Patrick. And we're meeting for the next time on March 17th, and hopefully we'll have it narrowed down to the final 3 candidates, with whatever that the number ends up to be. Those top candidates, that you can't help but just kind of looking at paper to be excited about some more than others. So it is the same as it is with the Director of Music Ministries. I think we have some stuff. This is the word I want to use. This is what we're going to hire. This is who we're going to hire. We're going to hire a superstar. And I think looking at those, I think we can see already some glimmers there. One of the things I'd like to do with the new principal is to really look at the structure around the hiring process, really for the whole parish, but for the parish school as well. We have with Elaine and Mary, with their help and support and guidance, actual leadership, we have had 2 meetings with the entire middle school teachers and staff so far. So we're just kind of beginning that process, kind of getting to know one another, talking about what's good and what's frustrating, to just be able to have those conversations. And some really kind of simple, quick things that we together might be able to do, looking at 3 things in the middle school. Kind of behaviors and how we treat each other, that's for everyone. And me included. That's for parents, that's for teachers, that's for students, that's for anybody who works at St. Patrick and whether it's school or parish, to look at the environment as a whole. What might we need to do just to help that to be better? It needs to be better. And then thirdly, to look at academics. I'm meeting with the teachers again this Thursday, so that'll be the 3rd meeting. I was really pleased with the stewardship retreat, and actually Nick is here. They probably all know you, but thank you so much for all of your great help with us. One of the things that the stewardship committee talked about on retreat, and I think that not only the parish team and what I was kind of hearing and perhaps what I was feeling, was that we need to kind of simplify things. And let's go back, the church brings us certain things that for good reason. So the definition of a parishioner is when you sign up. So let's just kind of go there. And if you want to be, and we'd love for you to be a parishioner at St. Patrick, come and be a part of our family of faith, to keep it that simple. And that's what we did. And I think it was absolutely fantastic work. Related to all of that is, well, then what does a parishioner at St. Patrick do? Well, in any relationship we have, you've heard me say, to me, I'm not the brightest star in the constellation. It's pretty simple. It's our relationship with Christ, and that's our relationship with each other. So anytime that you're in any kind of relationship, you make a vow, you make a commitment, you make a promise. And what we do as stewards is we make that vow, that commitment, that promise to God. It's not up to me, unless you're Mr. Campesano. It's not up to me to make judgments about it. It's not up to me to keep track of how you're doing that. That's a relationship that you have with God. That's a relationship all of our Christians have with God. And that's what's expected. From that, based on lengthy conversations and dialogues with the stewardship committee, with the pastoral team, I take the opportunity whenever I'm able to be kind of one-on-one with folks, just to ask, what do you think is good? What do we need to be paying attention to? And I pointedly and purposely and intentionally said, tell me about the attendance envelopes. folks. And what's that like? What's that like for you? What's that like for people that you know? And for the most part, first of all, I want to say that people were incredibly committed to it. Out of the school families who were expected to use the envelopes, 402 school families, once we started kind of getting ready for stewardship, I asked with Nagy, would you mind providing me the names of the folks who have not handed in any? And of the 402 school families, there were 30. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So what I wanted to do, and I tried my best to make my way through all of them. I didn't quite get finished, but I wanted to talk to them. And I wanted to talk to them not to say, you're in trouble now. But I wanted to know, how can I help you? You know, what's going on? And I had fantastic conversations with people. All different reasons, A to Z, which really started my kind of thought process of it all. Some people would say, you know, it's always in the van, and we never take the van to Mass. I think, well, put the envelopes in the other car. To obvious, you know, we have fierce opposition to this because of philosophical reasons. Two, we just got out of the habit, and then people would travel, all kinds of different stories that I took really seriously. Based on then the clarity about stewardship, thinking about all of that, praying about all of that, listening. I think the attendance envelopes actually had some real positive things for us. I think some people came to Mass that wouldn't come to Mass. And some people who didn't come to Mass were still coming to Mass. And that's what we do when we make a promise and a commitment. We live it out. That's beautiful. I hope they continue. Based on that, to make the decision, and we made the decision, I did ultimately, with lots of help and lots of counsel, to say, you know what? Probably, though, after I listened to all of those people, I think slightly the negative outweighed the positive. Let's not do that. But let's be responsible for the promises, the commitments, the vows, the pledges that we've made. And that's the expectation. And you know what? That's not really my responsibility to hold people accountable. That's yours. Because you live next door to all those folks. I don't. I know the folks who live next door to me at the rectory. They're not Catholic, and they're not members of St. Catholic. And again, I'll be happy to talk